Relationships are one of the most important aspects of life. They bring love, connection, and happiness, but they can also bring pain, misunderstandings, and heartbreak. Many people believe that love alone is enough to make a relationship work, but the truth is, love without emotional maturity will eventually lead to frustration and disappointment. No matter how much you care about someone, if you don't know how to handle emotions, communicate properly, and manage conflicts in a mature way, your relationship will struggle. In this video, we are going to explore why emotional maturity is the foundation of a strong and successful relationship. If you want a relationship that lasts, understanding this concept is absolutely necessary. Stay with us until the end because the final point will completely change how you see love and relationships forever. And if you want more relationship advice that actually works, hit that subscribe button now. We share insights that will help you grow in love and in life. Now let's dive into why emotional maturity is the secret to lasting love. 1. Emotionally mature people communicate clearly instead of reacting emotionally. One of the biggest signs of emotional maturity is effective communication. So many relationships fall apart not because of a lack of love, but because of poor communication skills. When emotions take over, people say things they don't mean, shut down, or avoid important conversations altogether. This leads to misunderstandings, resentment, and emotional distance. An emotionally mature person understands that communication is not about winning an argument, it's about understanding each other. Instead of yelling, blaming, or expecting their partner to just know what's wrong, they express their thoughts and feelings calmly and clearly. They listen just as much as they speak, and they make an effort to truly understand their partner's perspective. Here's the truth. Most conflicts in relationships aren't caused by major problems, but by small misunderstandings that build up over time. When you communicate with patience and clarity, you prevent unnecessary fights and strengthen your bond. Emotionally immature people allow small issues to escalate into major fights, while emotionally mature people handle problems before they get out of control. If you find yourself constantly arguing with your partner, ask yourself, are we actually listening to each other, or are we just waiting for our turn to speak? The way you communicate can make or break your relationship. 2. Taking responsibility instead of playing the blame game. One of the biggest red flags in a relationship is when one partner never takes responsibility for their actions. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they blame their partner, make excuses, or even manipulate the situation to avoid accountability. This behavior is emotionally immature and destroys trust over time. Emotionally mature people understand that no one is perfect. They are willing to admit when they are wrong, apologize sincerely, and learn from their mistakes. Instead of shifting the blame, they ask themselves, how can I handle this situation better next time? Think about this. Have you ever been in a relationship where your partner always made you feel like everything was your fault? Or maybe you've been the one avoiding responsibility, thinking that admitting fault makes you weak. The truth is, taking responsibility is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you are mature enough to learn and grow, and that you care about the relationship more than your ego. A healthy relationship isn't about keeping score or proving who is right. It's about working together as a team and holding yourself accountable for your actions. 3. Managing emotions instead of letting them control you. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? Emotional outbursts, impulsive decisions, and uncontrolled anger can destroy a relationship in seconds. When you let emotions take over, you stop thinking logically, and your words and actions become destructive. Emotionally mature people understand that having emotions is normal, but acting on them impulsively is harmful. They know how to regulate their emotions, take a deep breath before reacting, and approach conflicts with a level-headed mindset. Instead of saying something hurtful in anger, they take a moment to calm down and communicate in a way that leads to resolution rather than more conflict. Think about how much damage is caused when people act purely on emotion. How many relationships have ended over words spoken in anger that were never meant? How many apologies have come too late after the damage was already done? Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it means handling them in a way that benefits your relationship rather than destroying it. Before reacting, always ask yourself, Will this help or hurt my relationship? 4. Letting go of the past instead of holding grudges. One of the biggest reasons relationships fail is the inability to move on from past mistakes. Many couples carry old arguments into new situations, constantly reopening wounds that should have healed. Holding on to grudges creates resentment, and resentment slowly poisons love. No matter how much two people care for each other, a relationship cannot grow if the past is always being used as a weapon. Emotionally mature people understand that forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior, it's about freeing yourself from the weight of anger. When someone apologizes and makes genuine efforts to change, constantly bringing up their past mistakes only deepens emotional wounds. If you want a relationship to move forward, you must be willing to release the pain of the past and focus on building a better future. Have you ever been in an argument where instead of solving the current issue, your partner brought up something that happened months or even years ago? That kind of cycle never leads to resolution, it only causes more pain. The past cannot be changed, but your response to it can. Emotionally mature individuals choose to learn from past experiences rather than letting them control their present happiness. Studies show that people who hold grudges experience higher levels of stress, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. On the other hand, those who practice forgiveness report stronger connections, better emotional well-being, and longer-lasting relationships. Letting go of past mistakes is not about forgetting, it's about choosing peace over prolonged pain. However, forgiving doesn't mean accepting toxic patterns. If a person keeps repeating the same harmful behavior, that's a different issue. Emotional maturity means knowing the difference between a mistake and a repeated cycle of disrespect. If you constantly feel hurt and betrayed, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. If you want love to thrive, you need to decide. Are you nurturing your connection, or are you holding on to old pain? Letting go is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Choosing to move forward creates space for deeper trust, stronger love, and true emotional freedom. 5. Respecting boundaries instead of trying to control your partner. One of the biggest signs of emotional maturity in a relationship is understanding and respecting boundaries. Many people enter relationships believing that love means having unlimited access to their partner's time, emotions, and personal space. This often leads to control, possessiveness, and emotional suffocation. Emotionally mature individuals know that true love is built on trust, not control. They respect their partner as an individual with their own needs, dreams, and personal life. They do not demand constant attention, invade privacy, or manipulate their partner into doing what they want. Instead, they encourage personal growth and independence while maintaining a deep emotional connection. Think about this. Have you ever been in a relationship where your partner expected you to change your personality, interests, or friendships just to please them? That is a sign of emotional immaturity. Healthy relationships allow both partners to grow individually while still being deeply connected. Setting boundaries is not about pushing each other away, it's about creating a safe space where both people feel valued and respected. If your partner needs alone time, it doesn't mean they don't love you. If they want to pursue a personal goal, it doesn't mean they are leaving you behind. Emotionally mature people trust their partner's independence and know that a strong relationship does not require controlling the other person. Studies have found that relationships with strong boundaries lead to higher satisfaction and lower conflict. When both partners feel respected and free to be themselves, they experience deeper emotional security. On the other hand, relationships that lack boundaries often lead to resentment, codependency, and emotional exhaustion. If you find yourself feeling insecure when your partner takes personal time, ask yourself, is this about them or is this about my own fears and insecurities? Emotional maturity means learning to manage these feelings in a healthy way rather than controlling your partner. At the end of the day, love is not about possession. It's about two people choosing to be together while still maintaining their individuality. The strongest relationships are those where both partners feel free, supported, and deeply valued. If you want a relationship that thrives, work on your own emotional maturity first. When you grow, your relationships will naturally improve. Which of these signs do you need to work on? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more powerful relationship insights. We are here to help you build stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling relationships.